if you were to distinguish between the masters and the PhD in terms of complexity, what would you say?
My brother. Yeah, it's like going from 0 to 100 real fast.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah. I have more responsibilities now. The workload is, very much. Than what I had to do in my master's. My advisor typically just takes one student at a time. So,
Oh,
imagine the amount of, she's very nitty-picky about who she works with. So, but I'm here for it. Also, there is level of independence that is expected of you as a PhD student. You need to drive your research. You know what you're doing. You don't come to your advisor with problems all the time, but solutions like this is what you have printed, this is what you've done. Okay, what can I do? Not to bring complain. So the responsibilities are much greater now, and there's no one to share the workload with, and it can be overwhelming at least, especially when it comes to managing my research, with my coursework, with your time, assignments, a lot of things. But okay, you're here. That's just grad school, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of work, and then like in my lab, we have like master students and undergrad that are doing summer projects, so basically you are the go-to person, right? So you're the go-to person. They will always typically, go to you for any advice or guide first before going to the supervisor, because
mentoring them.
Yeah, you're basically mentoring them, which is good. Like you mentioned something very important, that if there's a problem, you have to think of the solution first before going to your advisor.
Right,
multiple times, during my masters, I'll be like, I did this experiment and didn't work. What should we do? She'll be like, okay, try this, and try this, right? But in the PhD, you'd be like, I tried this experiment, it didn't work. I did some troubleshooting,
and I think
this, and this are the problem, and this is what I will need to change. And sometimes the meeting can be very brief. She'll be like, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you try that. It's,
What makes mine more challenging is that I need a switch. Now I'm in food science, I diverted from animal science to, food processing.
Oh, okay.
So it's double challenging because I really don't have a background in food science. So I have to read more, learn the techniques. Like started over from the very beginning.
Wow.
Yeah, I started to read it from extra reading, extra learning, watching our YouTube videos, journaling, and so yeah, it's tough.
That's amazing. Yeah, for me, my undergrad was, my master's was in obesity, right? Obesity. But my PhD was in cancer, right? I basically had no idea.
Yeah.
I had to start. But the good thing was that I was working on the same nutrients.
Okay.
So the same nutrients in obesity now applied in cancer, but I needed to basically understand, a lot of things about cancer. And it took a while. Yeah, it took some reading, some thinking, some videos. It's just similar for everybody, right? The experience and the experience is pretty much similar for everybody, which I think is very interesting.
Sure.
Very interesting. If you were to do an elevator pitch about what you worked on or your master's, what was your thesis all about? In a simple term that my audience that are accountants,
that's a tough one. Okay, basically, I just looked at how plant extracts, with focus on essential oils, can modify the rumen microbiome and also suppress methane emissions. Because one of the challenges with livestock agriculture, especially when it comes to ruminants, is the emission of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So we want to maintain productivity, want to maintain growth, and at the same time want to reduce the carbon footprint. So striking a balance between the two without depending heavily on antibiotics. So we figured I thought about injecting this essential oils directly into their rumen. So we had cannulated animals and we infused the oils into them, and then start taking data after 7 days, observing how some metabolites were regulated, upregulated or downregulated, volatile acid production, pH, digestibility parameters, and all that stuff. So it was fun. The field part was fun, and then so we found some interesting results. Some of them are published, and some of them are still waiting publication.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes when you start initially, you feel like you don't even understand your research topic.
Sure.
Has it not?
Many times.
Yeah.
We will executing and planning. I had this flow chart of what I want to do, but like, what am I even doing?
Exactly. I had a note then. I was basically learning keywords first in my research topic, not even the content. I need to understand the topic first.
Yeah.
And then if I started reading, all around, just understanding the different nutrients and all that. And then my PhD, for my master, I didn't do a lot of work on omics, but for my PhD, I had to do a lot of work on omics. I did the transcriptomics, proteomics, and lipidomics.
Okay.
I didn't do metabolomics.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. So the current student in my lab now, so she's currently doing work on metabolomics. So
interesting.
Quite interesting. I just became a huge fan of big data, Yeah, I became a huge fan of. Yeah. Because I just do one or two experiments and then get like big data that I can analyze for the next couple of months. So it was pretty interesting, but you just have to be able to put key eye for details to be able to interpret. It's not just to get the data. My prof will always say, "You've gotten the Excel file. Now what?
What are you gonna do?
Ability. I think that ability to translate the Excel files first into figures, then into a story, that is a lot of skill that even as PhD you can apply anywhere. Whether you're doing outside research, policy analysis, whatever, data analysis, whatever, you can apply, this case, and you definitely still be able to utilize some of these experiences, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah. Grad school it can feel like you're being isolated. Like sometimes you feel like you're alone.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you thought about that, but many times I've thought about like, who sent me here? Like, who's
what am I doing?
What am I doing? And one day I just asked myself, do I tell my supervisor I'm going to quit? Like, like it goes on. So for you in situations like that, how do you keep yourself motivated? How do you manage those isolation and those downtime? When you do an experiment that is not working, like you've tried everything, it's not working. So how do you keep yourself motivated during those times?
For me, I try to focus on my long-term goals. I remind myself my why. That's when first started. You have to know your why. So I also made it the priority to connect with others who are on the same journey. So I have a very supportive community that will share, we run some events, we strengthen that. We encourage each other. So having a supportive network is a game changer. It's a game changer. Then outside the lab, I try to do things I love. There are times I just shut down for a whole day, 24 hours, and want to do anything academic related. I'm just going to do me. So by the time I go back to it, I'm refreshed, I'm invigorated. So it will happen. I mean, there's nobody that has gone through this journey that won't tell you the happened like that. But you dust yourself. In Nigeria lingo, now will give up effort.
Exactly.
I try to relax in my own way, watch movies. So at times I get on the phone, I just call people back home. I'm spending hours on the phone, just talking about other things and not focus on the field experiments, on my workload. And by the time I get back to it, I have a bit of energy. So we get there and then try to remember that it's a phase. It won't be like this forever. So these two shall pass. That's my motto.
Exactly. I really love that, focusing on the why. Whenever this situation comes and all that, I always tell myself, Peter, you applied for this admission yourself with your own hand. So nobody forced you. So you basically, you knew what you were getting yourself into.
You wrote it, right?
Yes, I can work under pressure.
The ability to work with minimal supervision.
Exactly. Now they have left you. It'd be like, that's learning to take a break. For me, it was just meeting with friends, going to church and just doing something different. And then when I started my PhD, then I started my YouTube. That was just for me. Anytime I feel like I don't want to do academic work, I just start recording videos and editing video and working on websites, doing a few things, and it just really kept me busy. And don't get burned out, and learn to take a break. And when you come back, you are refreshed, and you're refreshed. It's very important. And sometimes when you have to go home early, you don't feel guilty. There was a time, if I'm relaxing and I'm not doing anything, I feel like
there's something
I'll be like, how can I just be relaxing and I'm not working with data? I'm not thinking about experiment. I'm not thinking. You have to do that. You have to do that.
Yeah, that's so relatable.
I think it works for. It was more during my master's. And during my PhD, I told myself, no, I'm not going to leave lab around. I'm going to leave lab around 8 p.m. Once it's 5 o'clock, I'm going. Except if it's maybe a reaction that I started and I'm in the phase, I can't postpone it. I have to stay to 6:30 is fine. But don't spending more time doesn't mean you're getting more done.
Trust me.
Because sometimes you spend more, and during those times, you're just even making some kind of mistake because your brain is already saturated at that particular point in time. So learn to give yourself the break and know your why, and then have a supportive environment. Yeah. So if you look back at your life and kind of thinking about some of the key habits or skills or personality traits that you've developed over the years that have helped you now in your grad school. So what are some of those qualities that you developed early on in your career, maybe during your undergrad or thereabout, it's, helping you now?
I think number one is discipline. Right from time, if I say I want to do this, I'm just saying anything that will determine. So I always stay true. I'm committed to whatever I need to do. And also I had the right mentors very early on. My dad made sure of that. Surrounded, that from school to lesson, you have this big uncles, aunties that are doing things that, setting good examples. So also I think I would like to think of myself as a resilient person.
Oh, wow. Okay.
After writing my WAEC, then I was very good, I was a bright student from the very start, but I had a phobia for calculation, maths. So I had to rewrite my O-level many, many times before I could finally pass maths. But I didn't stop. I think if I'm to count, I wrote my O-level 8 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Because of maths, just maths.
Wow.
So that experience alone, shaped me into who I am today, because my dad was like, you have to just keep going. Yeah. He didn't believe in special centers or any of those assisted. So I kept on. All right. So discipline, resilience, and having the right people to look up to has shaped some of the decisions I'm able to. I could have given up a long time ago. No, unfortunately, because, as an adult, you're responsible for your own life, for the decisions.
Exactly.
Still treading the right path and knowing what you want to do and staying focused requires a lot of discipline and resilience. So I'll say those 3 things helped me greatly, and they're still keeping me.
Exactly. And just knowing that you just have to bring in your A game at all time.
At all time.
Put in your best. put in your best. That's something I learned during my undergrad, that no matter what, just put in your very best. Like, so that even though it doesn't work, you will know that, yes,
I did my best. You have that
I
conviction.
did the best. Then you wouldn't feel guilty, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will feel guilty. Okay, I think we're almost coming to an end. Just to end on this note, two things. Okay, for those let's start with those that are planning to do, graduate program in, abroad, North America, Europe, and they're trying to get scholarship, a fully funded scholarship. So, what is that one advice or true advice that you give to such persons?
My advice is going to be in twofold. For those that are still in school, maybe you're in your finals or semi-finals, I'll say start building your profile early. That's the mistake I made. Join that club, go for that internship, volunteer, go for that leadership position, community service. Take all advantage of the opportunities that are available. Build your profile and don't be afraid to set big goals. Don't limit yourself. If you're working with an advisor who has a lab, volunteer to work extra, because you still need them to write your recommendation or reference letter at one point or the other. So that's the time to create good impression. Let them know you'll be visible. I've seen some of my colleagues that were like, oh, I don't have anyone to write letter for me. I don't have anyone to, refer me or recommend me. You spend 4 or 5 years in the university. How come no lecturer can actually vouch for you? So, make that impression, work with them, do your best. And even if you're outside the university already, it's not too late. You can still do more. Write your papers, publish your work, can go to your advisor. I want to publish my work, It goes a long way. Attend conferences. So all those things are what counts, your experiences, because that's the skill set you are bringing into your lab. Nobody just wants a rookie they're going to train from the beginning. So you also have at least the basics. You understand?
Exactly.
For conferences, attend that program, attend that meeting, sharpen your skill set, take online courses. Courses on Coursera are literally free. You understand? So sharpen your skill set, improve your network. Don't just limit yourself. That would be my one advice for anyone who's trying to shoot for scholarships abroad. And the sky's the limit. Don't think like, oh, I'm not good enough. Imposter syndrome is real. Oh, I like for this. I might know. You're good. You're good enough.
Quick one. I didn't ask you earlier. Did you write like the GRE exam for that?
I didn't write it. I didn't write to Phil. I didn't write GMAT or whatever. No, I didn't.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. So for those that are planning to come to, it's basically the same process, whether Canada, the US. You just have to put in your very, very best.
Yeah.
And don't give up. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Once what I did was, I know I didn't have the time and energy to write all those aptitude tests. I didn't want to, so I made a list. Schools that require GRE, schools that require TOEFL, schools that don't. There are sometimes I will write in the graduate code. I have MOI, medium of instruction from my school that the language I was using is English, so I don't need to write the game. You understand? And they say, okay, if you have that document, fine, you can just apply. So the schools that you want to, the program requirement, familiarize yourself with admission requirement at the very onset. So that way you're not wasting time. Not that you want to apply, oh, this school now requires GRE, and that would deter you. So I already know the schools I qualified for when I applied, and I got 3 amazing offers from big universities. So
that's beautiful. How did they decide on they want to choose?
I've read about it, and then I felt like North Carolina and it would be easier. The transition will be easier because it's a predominantly Black state community, and so I'll fit in more than anyone here. So I'm sad. I really love my life.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Okay. Thank you so much for taking our time to share all of your experiences today. I do appreciate, and definitely bring you back again, to share. Also did, more and more experiences in the PhD and, the candidacy and everything. Yeah, we'll catch up again, and you come and tell us the part of the story.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. And to all of my audience, so those that are watching my video for the very first time, thank you for watching this video. Why don't you consider hitting that subscribe button and also click on the like button and share this video with your friends and the comments, in the comment section. And if you have specific question for me or obviously, just put it in the comment section. Any question about scholarship, I'll try to respond to the questions as much as possible. And for the ones that I'm not sure of, I'll reach out to Olabisi to, get answers, especially for, things that have to do with US, because I'm not an expert in a lot of the US process. So thank you so much for watching this video. And for those that want to reach out to me one-on-one for guide or mentorship, there's going to be a link in the description. Reach out to me. I can guide you, at least be your mentor in this whole process until you're able to get a supervisor. And I'll see you either in Canada or in the US.
US.
Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you finally, opportunity to go to Olabisi University, please drop by and say hi.
I'll be amazed. I'll be happy later to have.
All right. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.
Yeah, bye.